Alright guys, this is going to be a little bit of a spitball video from me to you guys. You guys get to listen to me just talk. I don't know quite what I'm going to name the title of this video, but I kind of just want to like spitball my thoughts, my ideas, my plans for this channel, and what else I want to do in general. So as you can see, we're whipping the Miata today, or tonight rather. It's a nice evening out. It's finally not too cold out. I could take the top off and enjoy a little bit of open air. I bought this car because I kind of wanted another daily. I said in the previous video I didn't really have the means to get a second car, but I kind of pushed it anyway, and I bought a second car, as you can see. And I kind of went into buying a Miata with like a bit of skepticism, even though my friend has one, and I was like, oh yeah, I'd been around them a little bit. But actually getting to drive one, it's such a joy and such a treat with the way it handles and everything. If you throw just a little bit of power at this thing, you got yourself a real track monster. And even though I realized how clean it kind of was for the most part, you know, I even got the stock radio, which is kind of crazy, and it does work. I was like, well, you know, a track car could be kind of cool. So that's where I'm at right now with the Miata. I want to build this thing into a track car. So what I want to do is, I kind of thought of, I'm just kind of like doing a Miata fantasy board right now because it's all up in the air. I really thought between like an LS swap and a turbo build. But the thing with an LS swap is it makes the weight distribution like 52-48. And I was like, nuh-uh, I want this thing to be balanced. So decided I'm probably just going to end up turboing it, but that's going to be the last thing I want to do. First I want to do is I want to put a seat in this thing. Sparco Sprint Plus hard dog roll bar. Probably I think Schroth is how you say it, Schroth harness. It's not quick at all, but I mean, it gets up to speed, it gets going, it gets the job done. That's where I'm at with that, and I love the blue paint as well. It's fully optioned out. I got myself cruise control, which does work. The heat works. I got to recharge the air conditioning, but it's not a big deal. I got power mirrors, headrest speakers. I mean, it's a Miata. I got a limited slip diff, so it's kind of got all the bones I need. As far as YouTube is concerned, like I make iRacing shorts, and I'm pretty new to the sim game, obviously. The chance of me getting into any kind of motorsport, which I kind of addressed in my last video, is next to none. Like, I probably have a better chance of winning $10,000 at a lottery, like straight up. But I don't know. My thought was like, so here's my thought process. That is, well, what happens if my YouTube channel grows and I have an audience and a following? I could try to pivot towards sim racing, and then I'd have an audience and eyes on me, and I'd be able to fund it easier. So maybe that's something that happens later. That's kind of my thought process with sim racing is, you know, I kind of do it basically casually for now. And I like open wheel, but I want to start doing sports car racing. Personally, I don't really have an interest in oval racing, but like, obviously if I had a chance to go oval racing in real life, I would. Any kind of motorsport I would do. I wouldn't be picky about that. Thing just hugs corners. I love it, and it's all stock too. It's got like 3 mismatched Walmart tires. I really would love to have the channel grow. That's really what I'm trying to focus on right now, is making long form videos as well, because the shorts, I kind of had the idea of, well, the shorts will be my racing stuff, and my long form videos will be kind of like you know, the skits and stuff. You know, I still got the Eclipse, of course, doing funny Eclipse videos, doing Miata videos, and of course build videos with this car. We're gonna build this car eventually, starting with the seat, like I said earlier. So, you know, that kind of stuff. Like I still want to experience being like a normal car YouTuber, but like, is it, I don't know, sometimes I sit there and I think like, this is a insanely tall order of something I want to try to do, is be a car YouTuber. Like, I feel like that's so many people's dreams, and I'm over here like saying, why am I special? Why can I do it? You know? I just messed that up. I've wanted to do YouTube for a very long time, and I'm very thankful for the people who are watching right now and who have watched in the past. Something that people sometimes get caught up on is, oh, I only got 10 views, I only have 5 subscribers. And then there's the analogy of like, well, imagine if you had 10 people, you know, in a room with you watching your presentation, you know? I think it's a cool thing. I don't know where I'm at. I just kind of drove into this place. I definitely want another motorcycle as well. I think I mentioned that before, but they're so much fun, man. Like, yeah, they're dangerous, but you know, I'm willing to accept a little bit of risk for fun of having a bike. But I probably won't get another R3. As much as I love the R3 in like every way, I think I'd get my hands on something a little fast, just a little faster, just a little bit. I don't want a 4-cylinder 600. So maybe like I guess a middleweight sport, I guess. I don't know what you call them. Do you guys want to see me like try to do things like a road trip with either of my cars, or try to do skits? I could review cars, like whatever you want to see. Just let me know down below, and I'll definitely read it and send a reply, because I definitely would like your input on this. And my hope is that I can give back to you guys by being able to, you know, make some people's day or make them laugh at something that I do. Or maybe one of my cars breaks down. You guys get to be entertained by watching me go through it, because I want to entertain as well, you know. Like, racing is like a dream, either during and after YouTube in a perfect world. But I would still love to just make videos, because I love making videos. I love like telling a story and entertaining and all that. As cornbally as that sounds, it's true. I just like YouTube, man. Again, this is a spitball video. You clicked on the spitball video. I'm gonna park here for a second, guys, because why not? You know what? I'm in a Miata and I can do that. If you can't park a Miata, you should not have a driver's license. They're very easy. Oh. Do a little walk around for you guys. Let's take a look at my poor financial decision here. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. It's missing an emblem, but I am the GOAT. And if you look in here, in this tiny little center console, where is it? Oh, here. Got ourselves an emblem. So we're not all fish out of water just yet, boys. This thing will be a nice track car. I just washed it today as well. It looks nice and fresh. It's gonna be a fun little track car. Yeah, this is my Miata. I'm proud of it. And look here, if we do this thing, of course we got the meme lights, the ever so happy pop-up headlights. Probably not good for aero, but aero is something that I'll address probably second to last before power, which should probably be like a big old wang on the back, splitter on the front, maybe like a flat bottom. After the seat, the bar, and the harness, I'll probably do wheels and tires, and then coilovers, and then would be aero, and then engine stuff, maybe, if I get to the point of turboing it, which I probably will, to be honest. The Eclipse is much faster than you, Miata. Much faster. That thing kind of scares me a little bit. And at some point, we'll probably do a few stickers and stuff on here, make it a little more personal. All right, guys, here's how to drive stick shift. You sit inside the car, all right? Verify it's in neutral. Close the door. Verify it's in neutral again. Clutch in. Verify it's in neutral. Turn the key. Verify it's in neutral. Foot off the clutch. Verify. Okay, sorry. Put my phone in. I got this cool wireless phone charger. I put my phone upside down. No. I got this cool wireless phone charger from Amazon, and I connect it to my factory Mazda radio with a cassette to 3.5 jack Magic. It's pretty cool. It's from Walmart. So I get phone charge and I get audio, which it didn't sound too bad for 31-something-year-old Mazda speakers, Miata speakers. All right. Headlights on? Ah, yes. So this is the Mazda Miata experience. It would be very cool to have this as a YouTube content car. The Eclipse is cool, but that was kind of built before YouTube. I said built loosely. It's not a built engine or anything. It's just got a bunch of different mods to it. This is basically bone stock. This is like a cool template that I could start screwing around with you guys on. You guys can watch me build this. And what better platform to build a track car than a Miata? They're super lightweight. They're pretty reliable, even if you... Oh, hello, Mr. Officer. We gotta be careful, guys. There's police on the loose. No, I got here first. You must let me pass by. Let the Miata go. Even if I were to build something like I don't know, an RX-7 or something that's lightweight, but just bigger, like... If I were to build a track car, having a small... Oh, we're about to go for it. Yeehaw! Whoops. My bad. Oh, I love this thing. No traction control or ABS. Yeah, I think this would be a great track platform. And even in stock form, it's definitely very slow, but it's not like it's Geo Metro slow. My elevator pitch to you guys is you should subscribe, because you're gonna see a Miata get built. You're gonna see my Eclipse do stupid stuff. You're gonna see what it's like to drive a boosted DSM in 2026. We'll probably also do Miata experiments in general. Like, what happens if you try to use a Miata as a work pickup truck, which is kind of an idea I had, which would be kind of funny. is like, how much stuff can you fit inside a Miata? If you were to go to Home Depot and you were to put as much stuff in here as you can for home improvement, what could you get away with doing? If YouTube ever did really start to begin to work for me, as in like the channel grew, I would definitely try to pursue racing, and still in the simulator, of course, but at that point, I'd be like, okay, I really got to take this seriously. Maybe I can actually start trying to, you know, go to the track, which is far for me, but that's whatever. I could try, you know, trying to start getting competitive, start trying to put myself out there. Again, and that's an even taller order than trying to do YouTube, is getting into any kind of motorsport, anything, NASCAR, and forget Formula 1, or forget Formula 4. Especially at my age, which I'm 18 years old, so. But if I have an audience, maybe something could happen. Don't do it. Thank you. So you never know. I'm trying to be optimistic about things. Now, this is like a fantasy question, but like, if someone asked me if I have any dream cars, ever since I really started getting into racing and motorsport, performance became a much bigger, or more important thing to me. Oh, so let's talk like stereotypical dream cars. You got a Huracan. They're cool. I like them. But I hear they're not exactly the quickest. Again, I'm acting like I can say anything. I've never owned a supercar. I've never driven one either. Ferrari, they're really expensive, but I can't lie, I'm a little scared of getting a lawsuit at my doorstep. With that said, I think like most Ferraris are absolutely beautiful works of art. I really love the F8 and the SF90. Those are probably my two favorites. I really like all three, like the three main ones, the 570S, the 685, and the 765. But I hear they're not very reliable, and they have electrical issues and such. Again, I'm talking like I can afford a supercar, but... So then I was like, well, what else have I got? So I was like, I mean, R35 GTR. That could be a cool, like, dream supercar. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you guys should comment below, is the GTR a supercar or not? Personally, I think it blurs the line a little bit, but I think it's a sports car. Well, then I thought like something like, well, I could try to get a Porsche one day, like a GT3 or GT4 RS, which admittedly, do not hit me or I will thank you. There will be adverse consequences for hitting my $4,000 car. Oh yeah, sorry, GT3 RS, GT4 RS, despite being a little bit of a TikTok car right now, I mean, those are serious performance cars, but I don't know, I should start trying to watch GT3 and stuff. New NSX would be up one up there as well. I do not like V6s for multiple reasons. I do not like VQs. I don't care how much power they make. So that's the only V6 you're gonna catch me in, is an NSX. But yeah, that's my thoughts, guys. Thank you for listening to my spitball rants. You should subscribe for those videos I mentioned. Make sure to subscribe for all the shenaniganery coming up. I will see you all later.